not looking like Grey Cup champions. Keep in mind, over the last 2 years, they've had 32 personnel changes. It's amazing the shuffle that's gone on, and Wally Buono finds ways to win. Remember, this team started that way a year ago, finished the season 8-10, and won the Grey Cup. I would not discount the Calgary Stampeders.
No, not for a second.
Charles Roberts spinning, finally down at the 50 with 2 minutes to go. The Bombers need 2 touchdowns.
Well, you know, it's a team game that is made up of 12 little individual battles on every single play, and tonight the Calgary Stampeders have continued to win those little one-on-one battles, and Kamal Peterson beat Byron Cable.
And with the win, this is what would happen. Saskatchewan a chance to move closer to Edmonton.
That. Saskatchewan plays on Sunday. We'll have that for you.
Makes it harder for those Eastern teams to keep pace. Remember, there's a crossover as well.
Absolutely. And when you look at the East, it's interesting because, you know, Montreal still front runners, even though their winning streak came to an end versus the Lions. They play on Sunday in Saskatchewan. That second game has always been very, very tough. But if you're Ottawa and Toronto right now, and really even Hamilton, you've got to be a little concerned and looking across, because if the last place team, or excuse me, the 4th place team in the West Division has a better record than the 3rd place team in the East Division, or vice versa, they will cross over and be in the playoffs.
Well, Dave Ritchie is going to have to go back and analyze this, back to the drawing board. Inside. 2 minutes now. Jones has one mission to get to the end zone. And almost caught there by Drover. And we should honestly give Edmonton Eskimos another win there.
It just happened tonight, and you know,
there it is.
I made a little mistake, and I wrote that. But they got the win now. They got their 14 points. But after that, look, 4 wins along the board, 9 points, 9 points, and then Saskatchewan plays on Sunday to see what happens there. But then you go to that Eastern Division now, and there's Ottawa sitting at the bottom with 2 wins. Toronto lost tonight. They're still at 3 wins.
Minute 50. Roberts. Bombers still trying. Roberts still going, and he'll go to the end zone for the touchdown. Maybe we should have put that win beside Calgary again. Why don't we just wait a minute or so?
Hey, this is Canadian football, and I can't believe I didn't.
Well, I'll tell you what.
You know, and now you're looking at a situation.
Onside kick.
And you almost don't have to. And a minute 44. This is all Charles Roberts. This is number 1 being the number 1 threat for the Bombers. But with a minute 44 now, this kick is good. You get that extra point. You can kick it deep.
Then you got to hold them, and that's something the defense has not done so far tonight.
Well, you're right. You're right about that. You gamble, and you look at your defense and say, hey, let's go. That's what they're deciding right now. Do we kick it deep or we try the building? Hang on. Wait, they're coming back.
Yeah. Here they come. They're coming back in. Yeah, look at, they're coming. Here they are. Yeah. Oh, wait a second. They scored.
Hey.
Well, it is the Canadian Football League.
Hey, the first game of this week, Montreal has control of the game inside of 3 minutes, a 3-point lead on the 4-yard line of the BC Lions, and end up losing in a big way. It can happen.
How dare we say it was over? Yeah, we didn't really say it was over.
Well, we really did.
We kind of hinted around.
We were alluding to it, but not. They're going onside, it looks like.
Here it is. Nobody back for the Calgary Stampeders, by the way. All onside here.
He's going to try and top the ball and see if he can get a bounce out of it. No, he's switching. Going to the 2-man side.
And he sends it deep down the sideline to the 30. And so now it's up to the defense with a minute 42 to go.
Well, this is a strategy from Dave Ritchie. What Dave Ritchie is saying is, we're going to pooch that ball deep because we won't get much of a return. right? So he lines up like it's going to be onside to sell it so that there will be no big returners back there. Now he's got the field position he needs for his defense, but now he needs a 2 and out.
Well, they may have left prematurely. Some of them, the ones who stayed, might be in for a thriller here in the finish. The Bombers can hold the Stampeders, who want to hold on to the football. So that only ate up 4 seconds of the clock.
Comes down to one play. Now Tom Europe turned and called the timeout. So the Bombers have used their timeout now. He's the captain on the defense. So now what they're going to try and do is talk to the offense, go over the return. Dave Ritchie's got to go 2 plays ahead now. He's got to assume that his defense will stop him here on 2nd down. Give it to the offense, call a couple of plays. We got to hurry up and we call him on the line.
What a funny game. 2 minutes ago, Dave Ritchie had a look of resignation on his face, probably wondering about the week ahead and what they have to do to get ready for the Labor Day battle. And now they're suddenly still back in this ballgame.
And now Harold Nash wants the crowd to get in. They're starting to get that 13th player. Hang on, folks. This is what it's all about right here.
Crandall, I'm sure, if he's putting it in the air, has to be very careful. And so the Winnipeg Blue Bombers will get the ball back with 1.5 minutes to go.
A throw behind to the outside, and Byron Capers, who has been victimized tonight by Travis Moore, plays it perfectly, puts the brake on, and in fact, it hits the hip of Byron Capers. This time the receiver was Don Blair, but Capers comes back with probably the biggest play for the Bombers tonight. They've got a chance.
So Manny back to punt at his 19-yard line. Marvin Coleman. Can you believe this? Look out. Big kick. Sending Coleman back to his 35. The former Stampeder brings it up to the 41. And does Kahari Jones have a miracle finish left for the Winnipeg Blue Bombers?
Well, he certainly is confident. He has the weapons. And I mentioned that interception that he threw to James Burgess. He learned from that, and he has enough time to move this football down the field. Alondra Johnson is the leader, the Calgary Stampeders, and his message to his teammates right now is play like you played for the entire football game. Do not back off at this point.
The other day, the Stampeders came off the airplane, showing off their Grey Cup rings. Johnson had words for Jones. Sends it out to Drover. Catch is made, out of bounds, 1st down, Winnipeg.
This is a concern for Calgary. That was a zone defense, and that's why Kahari Jones threw it out there. Look how far back. You see Alondra Johnson in his drop. Deep secondary. That allows Drover to come underneath and be the jump-off man to the outside. Calgary cannot afford to drop off and give that much room to the Winnipeg Blue Bombers. They have too many weapons.
1st and 10 now from Calgary's 53. 1:19 to go in the 4th quarter. Jones low snap. Over the middle. Stoddard with the catch. And it looks like another Winnipeg 1st down.
And Rod, a couple of things. If Winnipeg can keep this drive going and find a way to punch it in, what about that single point just before the half?
Huge by Deshaun Austin.
Yeah, the Calgary Stampeders gave up.
And Wally Buono talked about it, and he was very upset with Deshaun Austin for taking the knee with 4 seconds or whatever it was left on the clock in the 2nd quarter.
Well, now there is still 43 yards to go before that point becomes significant. But it certainly could be.
Now, Kahari Jones tonight has also gone to the well a little bit, gone for the big play. You have plenty of time here to get 10 yards at a time, find the end zone.
Absolutely, 1:04 and tons of time.
Jones in the pocket. Stiegel. Another Winnipeg 1st down.
They've used their timeout, though, so Kahari Jones has to rally the troops, call the plays on the line of scrimmage. He also forces Calgary to play more of a vanilla-type defense because he's calling the plays on the line, which should play to Kahari's favor.
Well, 2 minutes ago, they looked like a beaten team. They're still alive. Stoddard can't catch up with it. It'll be 2nd and 10.
And, of course, they're playing 3-down football. So Paul LaPolice, who's on the right of your screen, the offensive coordinator, his thinking changes now. Rather than 1st and 2nd down and how to build plays together and package them, now it's 3-down football. So now he's got that waist down on the deep ball, and he's going to go 2 more. He just needs to move that football and move the chains, because with 47 seconds, there's plenty of time.
2nd and 10. Winnipeg. Need a 1st down here. More importantly, don't want to go 3rd and 10. Jones over the middle, almost picked off and almost caught by Stiegel on the deflection, but we have a flag in the backfield, the Blue Bomber backfield. It's either a holding call or a roughing the passer call.
Well, it was thrown right beside.
Major foul, roughing the passer. Calgary 39.
Can you believe this?
Oh, baby.
Wano can't believe it. Let's take a look.
There's the hit. Oh, I don't know.
I think what happened, he may have forced him down onto the field.
It had to be after, because the timing of the hit didn't look bad to me.
I think he forced him down after that initial hit. Let's take another look.
Here's a different angle. Kahari's jumping, he's in trouble.
There it is right there.
There it is right there. It's the end of the play.
Indeed, that was a penalty. So 30 seconds to go and a timeout called by Calgary. Maybe revise.
You know what I've done? You know what I've done, Ron? I've got my eraser out.
So, and what else? It's Friday Night Football. That's what it is. 40 seconds to go. And a whistle. Short down below. That's Eric Wilson.
Time count violation. Winnipeg 17. 2nd down.
Coming out of a timeout is inexcusable in a key situation. Calgary had called a timeout, and for Kahari Jones and this offense to not be lined up in time is inexcusable.
2nd and 10. Watch out for number 85. End zone. Bruce. Touchdown Winnipeg. And a flag on the play.
Hold on.
You better wait for this call.
Hold on.
Forward pass interference. Winnipeg number 4.
Against Winnipeg.
It was a push-off.
So Arland Bruce's touchdown is a no-go. Let's take a look.
Arland Bruce is to the right of your screen, and just before he catches it, there was a subtle push. Eric Riddick looked right to the official. The official closest to the play signaled touchdown. The one further away threw the flag.
The guy the Bombers call Spider-Man, Arland Bruce. 2 touchdowns already tonight. 2nd and 20 Winnipeg. End zone again. Stiegel can't make the grab. And it comes down to 1 play now.
Kahari Jones can get a 1st down without scoring. Almost. Unbelievable catch by Milt Stiegel. Kahari Jones can still get a 1st down. He has time. There's 30 seconds. But he has a long way to go to do it. He has to get basically inside the 5-yard line.
He has had some protection his last couple of tosses. Could be it for Winnipeg. End zone again. Bruce has it again for the touchdown. Unbelievable. No flags. We might be going overtime. Blue Bombers.
If you are the Winnipeg Blue Bombers, you are saying right now, you have got to believe.
So Arland Bruce has matched Travis Moore tonight. 3 touchdowns for Bruce. Spider-Man comes up with a huge catch.
Big time players make big plays when the game is on the line. Arland Bruce was well covered. This is it. 3rd down, folks.
And look, it's wobbling.
That's again a jump ball. Freres is there. Double coverage basically, and Bruce comes down with it. There are cars scattered all over this area and people scrambling to get back to their seats.
Do you have to pay for parking twice when you come back?
You should, I guess, if you don't believe in your football team and they've come back.
But there still is time for the Calgary Stampeders, we should point out. 24 seconds left to go in the football game. This game could go into overtime. 24 in the 4th quarter.
24 seconds left. What are we going to do?
Do it twice. Good job. But, Rod, you know what? You're absolutely right. What Troy Westwood would probably like to do here is possibly squib this ball along the ground. Try to use up as much time as he can with the kick. Calgary, on the other hand, wants a quick return because with 24 seconds, there is time for 3 or 4 plays.
This game is better than the Grey Cup game was. What a wild finish here, folks. 24 seconds to go. Austin. Marcus Crandall with 19 seconds. Do you air it out, try to get it into field goal range, or do we go to the mini games?
I got my eraser out and I'm erasing it right now. We gave. Okay, there. Okay.
Well, give them. Okay, give them a point.
Now we're gonna go back. Now just wait a second. Okay, now there we go. Now we reset the clock.
And hang on a second.
Edmonton did win tonight. That one we're leaving.
Hey.
They sleep on me. They sleep on me.
It's the CFL. What do you expect? Crandall will take the knee. We're going to go play mini games here.
Well, that's interesting because I think this is a situation when you look at it. 20 seconds is 4 plays. You need one play, 30, 25, 30 yards, and you maybe have a chance for a field goal or maybe punt for a single. But with all the momentum that Winnipeg has right now, Wally Buono might be saying, you know what? Let's stop things right here. Let's go into the extra time. We're going to the shootout, baby.
Hey. Hang on to your hats, folks. Overtime in Winnipeg.
Back into this stadium as the Bombers have come back from 17 points down.
All right. You guys are pretty jacked up down there. Going to bring you around more often. Mini games begin. The shootout begins. Charles Roberts. Down to the 8. And how big was that Charles Roberts play late in the 4th quarter? Here are the rules in the overtime shootout.
You play 2 mini games. You start on the 35. You got to score more points than the other team. Now, both teams already have 1 point in the standings. You're playing for the extra point. Calgary won the toss and deferred the first possession to the Winnipeg Blue Bombers. If they're tied at this end, they'll go back and play the second mini game at the opposite end of the field.
Charles Roberts, big game player, huge touchdown to bring Winnipeg within a touchdown and the late going in the 4th quarter. We are in overtime. Jones is smothered.
Little pressure from the Calgary Stampeders, and they got it with just 4 guys. And that's why Kahari Jones had to just eat that one. Because usually when pressure comes, there's a blitz, there's going to be a one-on-one and a man open somewhere. But Jones had to eat it because it was a 4-man rush.
Winnipeg Blue Bombers look like a defeated football team with a couple of minutes left, scored 2 touchdowns with 2:13 remaining. Now looking to pull out a win. End zone wide open.
secondary, and Arland Bruce springs free in behind the coverage. 2 Stampeder defenders go down. There's a pileup. Down he goes. Bruce is wide open. Now Calgary has to match.
Spidey senses are tingling. What a night for Arland Bruce. Well, we said that Travis Moore might be player of the week. Well, you got company again.
I don't know how they're going to make this decision.
Can you have a 3-way tie?
All receivers. Oh, boy. Can Calgary match?
The Winnipeg Blue Bombers with 4 touchdowns and 1 field goal in their last 5 possessions. And this crowd, 28,000 on its feet. Can the Stampeders respond? They have to. Crandall on the turf.
Momentum is such a strange beast.
And how about the game for Marcus Crandall tonight?
Well, he's played so well, and then on that play, he almost looks nervous because momentum is firmly on the side of the Winnipeg Blue Bombers, and Calgary now has the jitters.
2nd and 10. Watch out for 83. Flag on the play. Pass intended for Iptum Kara.
Maybe holding Calgary, which puts this 3rd down play in a similar situation that Kahari Jones was facing when he hit Arland Bruce.
Holding. Calgary. Penalties declined. 3rd down.
To tie this football game. Remember, it was 3rd and a bunch. Arland Bruce tied it to push it to overtime. Arland Bruce gave them the 7 to put it up.
So here we go. The Winnipeg Blue Bombers looked like they were going to lose their 4th game in a row. A 2-minute comeback for the ages. Crandall over the middle. The pass is caught.
We're still playing, baby. We're still playing.
By newcomer Marshawn Tucker. And a huge catch in his 1st week with the Stampeders.
Oh, man. You show up in the roster, your team is all of a sudden rattled after playing so well and come up with the biggest catch of the game for the team.
Well, here's how we got to where we are, folks. Bombers, an awful start. Better 2nd quarter. Stampeders own the 3rd. Winnipeg blazes back. And it's not over. The official is saying a catch is made by Travis Moore.
Ryan Clark was waving it off. He had a real good angle running the way he did, but Moore went down low and got his hands underneath the football. We're on the opposite side of the field, so from here it's awful difficult to see live whether or not it touched. But every play is so important in the shootout.
Travis Moore, 9 catches, 3 touchdowns, 190 yards tonight. Stampeders now looking to play comeback of their own. 2nd and 1 from the Winnipeg 9 in our mini game. And a flag. Looked like some unnecessary roughness after the whistle had blown.
Here was the overtime touchdown from Kahari Jones, who has had time in the last 4 or 5 minutes and into overtime.
Time count violation. Calgary number 1.
Wow, on 2nd down and a yard, another inexcusable penalty, this time against Calgary. Now Kahari Jones battled back his problem with that time count. Can Crandall do it? It becomes 2nd and 6.
Well, this crowd is on its way home and came back. zone 2. And a play by Byron Capers. Kamal Peterson was open in the end zone.
For both teams in this game tonight, this is why you play. When you're a kid, you dream of situations like this. You dream of being Byron Capers with the ball in the air and the game on the line and turn around and do that.
Well, the Stampeders already converted one third down gamble in this shootout. 3rd and 6 could be the final play again. End zone again. And a flag on the play. A flag on the play.
I don't think Glenn Davis looked back. I don't think Glenn Davis looked back.
Dave Ritchie beside himself. There's Glenn Davis. The flag came a little bit late.
Forward pass interference. Screening. Winnipeg number 5. First down.
He didn't look back. Glenn Davis is in coverage. And see, he doesn't look back, and he puts his hands up over the face. Watch 24. Doesn't turn his head back, and he gets his hands up right there. Ball ends up bouncing off his shoulder pads. That's screening.
We are at the 1-yard line now. What might have been game over. Crandall has a chance for the score to tie. We're all square.
Well, let's play one more time.
Why not?
Let's move it to the other end. Let's go again. Does Arland Bruce have another in him? Oh boy, Calgary responds. Does Kahari Jones have another one in him?
The momentum has swung back and forth all night long. Arland Bruce, huge game for the
talk about pressure on an extra
Winnipeg Blue
point.
Bombers, and yes, we should point out they have to hit this extra point. Mark McLaughlin. Look at those diving Bombers.
There's pressure on an extra point. You don't hit that, it's over.
So we're tied at 48. So after regulation, the Lions score 41-41.
All Calgary in the first, all Winnipeg in the second. And we go to OT. Arland Bruce gets Winnipeg the big lead, 7 points. Now Calgary has to match. They get the penalty to get him down on the 1. And they get Scott Diber to match it.
Well, the 2 number 4s with touchdowns. 4 touchdowns for Bruce tonight, a week when Alfred Jackson had 4. Another one by Bruce ties the CFL record.
And you know, it's fitting because when the panel's on the road, we go to OT and Wendy's Friday Night Football, and now that we're moving to the opposite end of the field.
Oh yeah, they might be bringing it right to you guys. You got to turn around down there.
That winning touchdown may come right into the lap of Chris Schultz because we're going right down in that corner, and it's on the line.
Hey, you guys, how about this, huh?
Hey, you're envious too, aren't you guys? Yeah, baby, I'm going to lay some hat down here.
Hey, Glenn, I've never scored a touchdown, buddy.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Good job, baby.
We should just call it from here, Suits. We got the better angle. You know, we're right down here and everything.
Well, you're going to hear the
Can
thunder.
we watch the game, please?
Hey, I'm telling you, these guys, you guys know.
Guys, turn around and watch this now. Stampeders turn. Second mini game in the shootout. Crandall to the sideline from Peterson, and a flag at the line of scrimmage.
That's going to go against Calgary, so that puts them in a hole because
Holding. Calgary 68. First down repeated.
it's an important call because in the shootout, and Rylan Wickman is slipping off right now. This is the second mini game. Here's a little reminder of the rules. We're into the second. Both teams already have a point. But that penalty to start this second mini game is very crucial because Now it pushes Calgary out of field goal range, because remember, they get the ball first now, so it starts over again. If they get the field goal, Winnipeg has to match the field goal or do better to win the game. So now this penalty pushes Calgary back out of field goal range, so it puts the advantage now squarely on the shoulders of the Winnipeg defense.
You know, you can look at so many things in this game, the sequence of events, the plays, and we harken back to that single point that was given up way back when.
4 seconds left in the half. Deshaun Austin takes a kickoff and kneels down, and the way Wally Buono talked about it at halftime, he said it was the team that did it. He said our team decided to do that, and I don't know why they did. And I'm not sure that Deshaun Austin should take all the blame here. I mean, he had captains and leaders out there that probably turned around and said, just give up the point. And now, how big is that point?
But then again, with 2 minutes left, you have a 2-touchdown lead. I know it's the Canadian Football League, but the Stampeders were showing no signs of melting at that point, and then had a meltdown. The Bombers turned it on. Crandall, 1st and 20. Incomplete.
Oh, and he had him. Stepped up. He had a great throwing lane to throw that ball to Don Blair across the middle, and he just one-hopped it.
It has been a wild ride tonight, folks. Travis Moore, 3 touchdown catches. The Bombers 31 points in their last 5 possessions. This rematch of last November 25th in Montreal. It started slowly for the Bombers. The Stampeders took the lead, and Crandall on the run. Cuts inside, dives for the first down.
Oh, baby. Oh, Marcus Crandall. They're going to have to bring him in and measure. That's how close, but it's close enough that if it is third down, why not punch it forward and keep the drive alive? Because the way Winnipeg offensively has played over the last 3 minutes of regulation and overtime, you almost think you need the major.
Well, it's been like and they're short. It's been like an NBA game. Last team with the ball wins.
Oh yeah, and down to the last part of the 4th quarter. And here is Crandall, and this is just reaching way down in the pit of your belly and finding a way to make it happen.
Marcus Crandall has played like an MVP that he was at the Grey Cup game a year ago. Kahari Jones at a slow start, turned it on. Blue Bombers make the big comeback. Stampeders come right back.
Doug Brown's up in there getting ready to lower down. This is not a gimme.
3rd and 1. There have been no turnovers tonight for the Stampeders. And they won't turn it over here.
Oh, baby, because they were out of field goal range. Mark McLaughlin's longest kick this year is 48 yards. If Marcus Crandall doesn't get a yard on that long run, he is kicking a 52-yard attempt with all this pressure in the crowd on him. That play from Marcus Crandall, you're right, was MVP material.
Mark McLaughlin, born and raised in Winnipeg. Had a great night here, 98, when he won the Cup, game-winning field goal. Might be called upon here, but the way they're going to the end zone, I wouldn't count on it. Crandall wide out. Don Blair. The officials are right there. Out of bounds play. Don Blair.
Winnipeg decided to drop into his zone. That's why Don Blair was the man, and he just barely. You only need 1 foot in the Canadian Football League.
Boy, you know what?
He looked like he had that right toe in, doesn't he?
Sure did. That was close. But it will be 2nd and 10. Crandall and the Stampeders have excelled in this situation tonight.
I got to show you. Hey, Doug Brown lost his helmet at the snap of the ball. You don't think Doug Brown is excited about this situation? I talked about when you're a kid playing. Doug Brown came off the ball, lost his helmet, and bull rushed his way to Marcus Crandall. Watch this guy go here, right here. I mean, folks, look at this. The helmet's off, and he doesn't care. I'm going at it. Oh, man.
They say the season really doesn't begin until Labor Day.
Yeah,
well, you know what?
I don't buy that.
Out the window.
I don't buy that.
Well, here comes McLaughlin. This, and then it's Winnipeg's turn. Oh. And a bobble snap. Blair has to run. Throws it. And now Winnipeg, with the score, can win the football game, and a flag on the play. Threw it away. Nobody in the vicinity, so.
Yeah, and that ball didn't cross the line of scrimmage.
So now the Winnipeg Blue Bombers, can you believe this? Bobble snap.
Penalties decline.
I thought the snap was low, Rod. Don Blair is the holder. I'm not sure he had a chance at it. It was low and hot. Take a good look at it here. See that ball get down and it's bouncing around. Not only that, it's inside. I used to hold when I played in Saskatchewan, and if the ball is inside, it's more difficult close to your body, and then if it gets low like that, it's almost impossible.
The Bombers now with the football at the 35, well within Troy Westwood's range. If they want to move it closer, they can also just kick it through the end zone, get the single point for the W.
Well, it changes their strategy. They don't have to play as aggressively. They can hand the ball off. They're going with two backs, Sellers and Charles Roberts.
And they do want to hang on to the football. Roberts down to the 20. Charles Roberts has hung on to the football tonight in the last game. Fumbled it at a crucial point. Right now, that's something you do not want to do.
And right now, those goalposts start to shrink if you're a kicker on the sideline.
And here comes the kick team. They're not waiting any longer. The Bombers are going for the win. Dutch and Duffy coming up. How do you the highlight package from this is going to take up a half an hour.
Well, they're still building it.
So 3 points will do it. 1 point will do it. What a comeback by Winnipeg. This for the win.
It is the type of game that could turn a season around for you in a hurry.
That bench looked so deflated, looked so defeated. It looked like it was going to be 4 in a row. And the Winnipeg Blue Bombers snatch victory from the jaws of defeat.
Well,
2 degrees Celsius.